What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new reaction video. If you're not a best one yet already, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know, the grind is real. And I want to first start off by thanking the best ones for getting this channel to 200 subs. I know I have not been posting the last couple weeks. I've been very busy over on my We Are Wrestling channel, where we cover nothing but professional wrestling content. We're usually posting videos over there every day. But we're going to definitely get back on track here on Best One Donnie. New videos will be coming out every other day. We're going to try to get a nice consistent schedule going on moving forward. So, with that being said, today I'm going to be reacting to a video from Miss Mojo, the top 10 biggest Nickelodeon character rivalries, and I'm looking forward to this video because throughout, my childhood, there were so many iconic rivalries. We had Neville and Carly from iCarly. We also had, Cindy and Jimmy from Jimmy Neutron. We also had Plankton and Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. So many iconic rivalries, throughout my childhood that I got to witness, not just in professional wrestling, but also Nickelodeon. And in case you guys don't know, I love Nickelodeon. Very nostalgia. That's what I grew up on. I was always a Nick kid, not a Disney kid. Yeah, I did not like the mouses. I liked me some slime. So, with that being said, let's get it. Alright, so here we go. We have the top 10 biggest Nickelodeon character rivalries. Let's get it.
You shouldn't have done that, Carly Shay! You'll rue this day, you'll rue it!
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the
Angelica.
top 10 Nickelodeon character rivalries.
If I want to be mean, I can be mean. Know why? 'Cause I'm the boss! I can do anything I want!
For this list, we'll be looking at relationships between characters from Nick shows who hated each other, or
Here's something I do gotta say, though, real quick. Number one has gotta be Plankton and Mr. Krabs. There's no better iconic rivalry than Plankton and Mr. Krabs over, the friggin' secret formula for the Krabby Patty. And come on, they both had their own restaurants. You had the Chum Bucket and you had the Krusty Krab. There's no bigger rivalry than that.
were at least adversarial towards each other. Which rivalry from a Nickelodeon show do you think goes unrivaled? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Jimmy versus Professor Calamitis. The Adventures of Jimmy
Professor
Neutron.
Calamitous,
Boy
I remember
Genius.
that.
A silly show
That was one of the
Jimmy
villains I
Neutron
actually
calls
did
for
like.
a silly rivalry like this one. An eccentric mad scientist, Professor Finbar Calamitis, is cursed with a strange character flaw.
I'm not helping you do anything, Mr. Calamitis.
Yep, because you can't finish
Professor
anything.
Calamitis. And I'm afraid you have no choice.
Despite being brilliant, he isn't able to finish any project he starts, and one of his plans involves
Can never
kidnapping
finish what he
Jimmy
starts.
and forcing him to finish these projects.
Wait a minute. You could never finish anything. You're completing your sentences.
Yes, I took a self-help class. That and a little shock therapy.
Other plots from Calamitis include
He was a
disguising
good
himself
villain.
as a Chinese princess, and big shot Hollywood director Quentin Smithy.
He was a pretty good
Calamitis is such a huge rival for Jimmy that he's one of the
I
main
forgot all about
antagonists in this
Calamitis.
2006 Jimmy Neutron Fairly Odd Parents crossover, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 2, When Nerds Collide.
So I see you managed to escape the force field I trapped you in back in the Cretaceous period.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, when
I
he
had a
worked with
long
Crocker, I
time to
remember that.
contemplate my revenge.
Number 9. Bessie versus Portia, the Mighty Bee.
Oh god, the Mighty
These
Bee.
two honeybee
We really
scouts
have to
are
put the.
complete
Oh my
opposites.
god, we gotta put the
Bessie
Mighty Bee
is an
here.
over-eager
Come
dweeb,
on.
and Portia is a stuck-up valley girl who acts like an entitled, spoilt brat.
That
Please tell me we don't have to
Tokyo
hear her.
thing? Where'd you get
Please
him?
tell
A
me we don't have to hear
shelter
the Mighty
full of
Bee.
dirty
Please,
people
please,
and dirty
please.
things?
Please.
She found him in a dumpster.
Throughout this series, it's Bessie's goal
Oh,
to
thank
collect
God.
every merit badge the honeybee scouts
I
have
can't
to
stand the
offer,
Mighty Bee's
and in the
voice.
process,
I just
becoming the
can't.
Mighty Bee.
Hi, you guys. Are you
Oh my god! Oh my god, I can't stand her voice. I couldn't stand the show. I hated the Mighty Bee.
Ready to rock this bad boy?
Ready. I'm wearing double
Yeah, rock this
scrunchies,
bad
aren't
boy.
I?
Better take a mind picture with your mind, ladies, because we're never gonna forget this day.
Because she hates Bessie so much, Portia constantly schemes along with her friend
This was
Gwen
such a bad
against
show.
Bessie, trying to keep her from reaching
Come on,
this goal.
Jimmy and
However,
Calamitis should
Bessie
have
is
been
completely
friggin' better
oblivious to
than
the
this.
resentment
Come on.
Portia has for her, which results in a hilarious frustration.
Messy? In a band?
I'm sorry
With
if you
Rocky?
like the Mighty Bee, because I can't
What
stand
is
the Mighty
this?
Bee.
A nerd benefit?
Number 8. Doug versus Roger. Doug.
Ah,
Poor
Doug.
Funny can never catch a
I
break
forgot Doug
from
originally
Roger
was on
Klutz,
Nickelodeon.
his perennial tormentor.
Oh, brother, what an idiot!
Back on target.
Sometimes I always forget that
As soon
Doug
as Doug
was
moves to
originally on
Bluffington,
Nickelodeon.
Roger comes up with every opportunity to make his life miserable, and is always quick with just the right insult to prey on his insecurities.
Hey,
The anime,
great
though, is always
party.
weird.
What's next? Patty cake?
Their rivalry is so fierce, even Doug's pet dog Pork Chop and Roger's pet cat Stinky don't get along with each other. Billy West, the original voice actor for both Doug and Roger, said he based his performance for Roger on an annoying classmate from his childhood that kept pestering him.
And he was a real kid that used to be devil me. He had pointy hair, pointy nose.
That makes
He
sense.
just everything. He'd point in my face.
You know what's crazy? Like, when, like, you get inspired by something that, like, happened to you in real life. Like, originally on my channel, Donald's the Best One Network, I would make my own original, my original web series, and I always, when I created characters, I always took some parts from, my life, and I would add it into these characters that I would make for my original web series. So that is kind of cool. That is cool.
Shoes were pointy, and that's all I had to remember, that he was one of the, like a gnat that got in the tent,
Number 7. Carly versus Neville.
Carly versus Neville.
Web critic Neville Papperman has been a thorn in Carly Shay's side
Neville
ever
was so
since
weird.
she rejected him romantically.
Look, I don't want to sound rude, but I really didn't come here to dance. Could you just interview me about the Neville!
I stole a kiss upon your cheek, and now another kiss I seek.
Vowing to make Carly rue the day of that incident, Neville has
But
schemed
for a
against
villain,
Carly,
Neville
Sam,
was
and
so
Freddie on
annoying,
multiple
but he was so
occasions.
good.
You're the one messing
Definitely
up our
some of my
webcast?
favorite episodes
That's
of
right.
iCarly involved
I
Neville.
hacked your website. I told you I'd get revenge.
No, you said I'd rue the day.
You ruined his day! You
Some
ruined
of
his day!
Neville's schemes include hacking the iCarly website and deceiving someone Carly's fighting for charity to go harder on her, on the grounds that she was mean to her grandmother. Though Neville makes life difficult for Carly and her friends, his schemes usually backfire and he ends up paying for them.
Yep.
More or less.
All the time.
Ruining the day himself.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna do? Ladies, my pants are very expensive.
I'm surprised, like, Freddie never fought Neville. I'm very surprised.
Number 6.
I think because
Mr.
Carly told him
Krabs
not
versus
to.
Plankton.
No! What? No way in hell Mr. Krabs and Plankton are number 6. No way. How, Miss Mojo? No. Oh my god. There's nothing there's no rivalry that's better than Mr. Krabs and Plankton. Come on.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Mr. Krabs and Plankton started off as childhood friends and went into business together, setting up a restaurant.
We'll make that burger, and when we do, we will
Oh, I remember the
roll a
backstory to their
score.
rivalry. That episode was so good.
However, their friendship ended over a food-related dispute, and the two became competitors. Plankton's restaurant, the Chum Bucket,
versus Krusty
isn't
Krab.
nearly as successful as the Krusty Krab,
Who would you rather
which
eat
took
at?
off
Chum
after
Bucket or
Mr.
Mr.
Krabs
or
developed
Krusty
the
Krab?
Krabby Patty through a lucky accident.
Oh, no, you don't. This is my turf. I think not, rag boy. What? Why, I ought to squash you right now, you little... Get out of my face!
Throughout the show, Plankton's main goal is to get a hold of the Krabby Patty formula and drive Mr.
Krabby
Krabs
Patty
out
formula.
of business, while Mr. Krabs is dead set against Plankton ever doing so.
I'll show you, Krabs. I'll steal that cursed recipe from
Plankton
you
is
one
such
day,
a
and I
miserable
won't stop
fuck.
till I do!
Number 5. Zim versus Dib. Invader Zim.
Ah, Invader
In this
Zim,
cartoon
yep.
filled with dark humor,
Still,
Zim is an alien
Plankton and
trying to
Mr.
take
Krabs
over the world,
your feud.
and Dib is trying to expose his identity to stop his plans.
Am I the only one here who sees the alien sitting in class? There! Right there! That is no kid! He's an alien!
Beside his sister Gaz, Dib is the only one who knows Zim is an alien. But fortunately for Zim, whether Dib tries to tell everybody else, no one believes him.
They don't believe
You
him.
think just because someone looks different, you can call them an alien? I guess old kids an alien too, huh?
How's it going?
Both of them go to the same school, and their antisocial tendencies make them outcasts.
This was a good rivalry.
However, they really save their animosity for each other.
I never
And
really,
in a
really
cartoon,
watched.
this
Well, I didn't
beat
watch all the
can
episodes
get
of Invader
really
Zim, but I
bitter.
did watch. I did watch them throughout my childhood when they were on TV.
Number 4. Tommy versus Angelica. Rugrats.
Oh,
sometimes
Tommy
the
versus
people you hate the
Angelica.
most can
Okay, that's
come
fair.
from your own
That's
family.
a fair one.
Listen up, dummy. This may be your birthday, but when the presents
And
are
that's
opened,
understandable
I get
why it
first
would be
dibs on the door.
over. That's the thing. Like, I understand why they would put Angelica and Tommy over Mr. Krabs and Plankton, because family. I will say that is a pretty solid point.
Tommy's cousin Angelica is always picking on him.
And it was the
his
whole
friends.
show, basically,
And being
too.
the
It was
leader
about
of his
their
group,
friggin'
Tommy has
rivalry.
to stand up to her.
You tricked us, Angelica. You made us think Spike
That
would
was
talk,
the whole
and
show,
then you made
too.
us get the cookies for
Honestly,
you.
I would have
Big
Tommy and
deal.
Angelica number
What are you
one.
gonna do about it? Throw me in prison?
Even though Angelica is able to manipulate the babies into getting her way, or take what she wants by force, she's often undone by karma when the grown-ups find out what she's done. When Susie arrives on the show, she becomes a rival of Angelica too, and stands up for the babies when she's taking advantage of them.
Hey, leave them little kids alone. Oh yeah? Who's
Yeah,
gonna
Susie,
make me?
you
Me,
tell Angelica.
You and what army? Me and this army. Oh yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah? Yeah.
Number 3. Danny versus Vlad Masters. Danny
Yep,
Phantom.
Danny versus Vlad Master.
Billionaire Vlad
This was
Masters
a show
has it
I
out
did
for
watch.
Danny's family
I enjoyed.
because he was once in love with Danny's mum, Maddie.
And Maddie, you've never looked lovelier, my dear. Please, please.
Pretty much the Terry
Oftentimes,
Silver
Vlad
of
tries to use Danny
Nickel-
and persuade him to join him to get close to Maddie, not to mention to get back at Danny's father, Jack. An accident while studying the paranormal with Jack gave Vlad ghost
Yeah, I
powers,
can't argue this
and
one.
in his ghost form, he's known as Vlad Plasmius.
great backstory to why, he's after, Deity and his family. It makes sense.
Even though Vlad is more than 20 years Danny's senior, he's been a formidable opponent whenever the teenager goes up against him, easily earning his role as arch nemesis.
Dude, you are one seriously crazed up Fruit Loop. That is never going to happen.
Yes, well, once your father is out of the way, we'll see how you feel.
Number 2. Timmy versus Vicky. The Fairly Odd Parents.
Timmy versus Vicky.
In the Fairly Odd Parents world,
Timmy
authority
Turner had so
figures
many
all too often
rivalries,
use
though,
their
in the-
powers to
in the
torment
show.
poor Timmy Turner. And there's no better example than his babysitter, Vicky.
Thanks for babysitting tonight, Vicky. Timmy just loves making new friends.
Oh
Don't
man,
you,
this is
Timmy?
like from first season.
Mr. Turner. I just love Timmy. We're gonna be best pals. Right, Timmy?
Yeah, it's from
Every
like one of the
time
first
Vicky looks
episodes.
after Timmy, she takes the opportunity to be cruel by ordering him around and blaming him for things he didn't do.
Very Odd Parents was such a good show.
To do 'em. Oh, yeah. Well, you wouldn't
Yep,
want
Timmy
her to
was an
mind
only
this
child. His parents would always go out, and then they would have her babysit him.
She's so cruel, in fact, that it's the primary reason he gets his fairy godparents, Cosmo and Wanda, in the first place. With the help of his fairies, Timmy can at least deal with everything life throws at him, including Vicky's sadistic behavior.
I don't know what's going on around here, but I'm gonna find out.
Number 1. Aang vs Zuko. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar is an ambitious, mature Nickelodeon, and one reason for this is the complexity of this rivalry.
See here, I never really got myself into Avatar, so I'm not going to argue with this.
Prince Zuko of the Fire Nation lost
Avatar
his
is one of the
honor,
most popular
and the
shows on
only way to gain
Nickelodeon.
it back and
Just
please
wasn't
his
for
father
me.
was to capture Aang, the Avatar, whose homeland was essentially obliterated by the Fire Nation. Zuko, hoping to redeem himself, goes after Aang with great
Avatar always had a
intensity
sick look,
and
though.
is a feared antagonist in the first couple seasons.
That was always
However,
cool.
later in the series, Zuko
I just never got
joins
into
Aang
it. I'm
and
really
his
not
group
into anime.
and fights against the Fire Nation, thus ending their conflict and sparking their friendship.
Now I know you understand how easy it is to hurt the people you love. I'd like you to teach me.
Thank you.
But yeah, overall, I think that this list definitely went all around. I was not expecting, certain ones in, certain categories. I think, Plankton and Mr. Krabs still, to me, is one of the most iconic rivalries in Nickelodeon. And I'm surprised we got no honorable mentions. I thought that we would get some. Like, Timmy and Crocker. That's another one that should have been, I think, a rivalry and stuff. But let me know in the comment section below your favorite Nickelodeon rivalry. There were so many throughout the years. And I definitely think that, there were some missing in this category here. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not the best one yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me on my social medias and other YouTube pages, all that down below. And of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.